Good morning, anybody that might be tuning in. This is Matt Kilrain coming to you live on August 11th, 2024. I'm the author of Chief Blackbear and getting ready to write a new Chief Blackbear. Hold on a second, there's a little soap dish in the background and I can see this bothering me, so just hold on, I'll move that. Just bothers me to look at it in the film. But anyways, if you're new to this channel, you know that I am operating out of this little trailer here in Santa Barbara, California, and that I have a lot of trouble even doing this show. So far, it appears the Wi-Fi is holding up. If you're a regular subscriber, which anybody watching this show probably will be, because I'm like the most censored person in YouTube history, you understand that it's real difficult for me to pull off doing a show. I've lost a lot of computers over this, and the Wi-Fi signals are consistently hacked. Hey there, Cindy, how you doing? It's good seeing you there in the chat room. So you're working, are you? Yeah, I'm getting ready. Well, I don't have to work today, but I got to go pick up my daughter in a few minutes and take her to the barn. Today's going to be one of my first days off in a long time. I've been really going nose to the grindstone for a long time. While you're there, Cindy, I want to let you know that I'm starting to really make plans on the new Chief Blackbear book. Hey there, we need peace. It's good seeing you in the chat room. But you guys probably know the story. Yeah, I like spending time with my daughter. That's going pretty good lately. She's almost grown. She's coming up on 16. So only a couple years left. But it's been hard getting her this far. And the next couple years is going to be pretty tough. But we'll pull through and everything's going to be great. And that goes for the country too. And so I wanted to talk about the new Chief Blackbear book that I've done a little writing, but not much. But you guys kind of know the story already, I think. But you guys know that Chief Blackbear, well, first of all, you must know that on September 10th, 2001, that they stole about, I think it was $3 trillion in gold from beneath the World Trade Center before they blew it up on September 11th. Did you guys know that, Cindy and We Need Peace? Were you aware that on September 10th, 2001, that they stole a bunch of our gold from beneath World Trade Center? Okay, Cindy was aware of that. How about We Need Peace? Were you aware of that? That they ripped us off like $3 trillion in gold on September 10th, 2001. Okay, and then, Cindy, were you aware that the Vatican's been stealing gold from all over the world for centuries, especially from us, but from everybody, South Americans, all the Mayans and everybody? Were you guys aware of that, Cindy, that the Vatican's been hoarding away all the world's gold for centuries? Okay, Cindy was aware of that. Okay. Now, and Cindy, you're aware that the how the Pope and all the bishops and all of them had their red shoes and all that, and you guys know how they've been making all their money for all those years. And then, Cindy, I guess you know, because you know the story, back in the gold's been back cheap. What the story is, Cindy, is that Chief Blackbear stole the gold back in 2020. When Trump met with the Pope back in, wait, it's before 2020 that I forget exactly the date that Chief Blackbear stole the gold back. I think it was in why Trump was president before 2020, like in 2018 or something like that. But when Trump met with the Pope, yeah, and he made him wear the red shoes. That meeting, yes. Then, Cindy, do you know the year of that? Do you know what year that was, Cindy? Because it's important for the new book that the year is right. When Trump met with the Pope and they were all wearing the red shoes, what was that year? I got to know that year to accurately write the book. So maybe you can help me out on that, Cindy. No, it wasn't 2020. Yeah, it wasn't 2018. I don't think it was 2021. I think it was like what Trump was president. It was one of the first things he did. It might have been 2016 or 17. But anyways, way back then, Trump sent the chief in to steal the gold, or to take the gold. They didn't really steal it. They took it by force with the military. And I brought I think it was 160 big plane loads of gold back to America. So anyways, then after he went to Vatican, he went to Buckingham Palace and met with Queen Elizabeth. And does anybody remember that he walked in front of her on purpose, which is something he never did? Nobody was allowed to walk in front of Queen Elizabeth. And if anybody can remember to look on Melania, Melania was hating being there. And there's also the wife swapping story going on in the Chief Blackbear thing between Trump and the chief and Melania and Princess Diana, who the chief rescued back in, I think it was 1997. You guys are aware of the story because I've been talking about the story for the last few years, but I haven't really done much writing. And there'll be new people to this channel at some point, but the channel's going to be oppressed. 2017, he met with, okay, that's great. That's the year I needed. May of 2017. Is that with the Vatican or Buckingham Palace? Now, the potato delivery man hates gold. If only it was silver. Potato delivery man hates gold. Well, they're taking silver too, but they took it. But it's primarily the gold that they took from the Vatican and from Buckingham Palace. And, okay, at the Vatican, I think that was May 2017 at the Vatican. I'll keep that date recorded in my mind. And then I'd like to find the date, Buckingham Palace, when we met with Queen Elizabeth. If you could come up with that, Cindy, because I kind of need the date that he met with Queen Elizabeth. Because it was then that he sent the chief down beneath Buckingham Palace to take all the gold that was there, which was more than our $3 trillion that they had stolen from us from beneath the World Trade Center. You're helping out with this. We need peace, right on. I appreciate the help. So here's the deal, is that how we're like, us Americans are like 38 trillion in debt or something like that, and building. Well, the deal is we got the gold thanks to the chief to pay off all the debt. All the American national debt is essentially paid because the chief stole all the gold back. Well, he didn't really steal it. It was ours to begin with. Well, a lot of it was from the all the gold that all them Catholics stole for centuries from South America, everywhere. Like the Catholics went around stealing gold for years and getting, killing the men and getting the women pregnant, and basically took over South America and Central America and Mexico that way. And pretty much California and Texas and everything too. So the Catholics probably became the world's superpower before governments became superpowers. So the Catholics and the Brits were essentially holding the majority of the world treasure beneath the Vatican and beneath Buckingham Palace. And then back in like 2017, they sent Chief Blackbear down there to bring the gold back. Okay, so the reason that's relevant today is because our country keeps going further in debt, and the entire financial system worldwide is about to collapse at any minute. If anybody, follows this show, which there's not many of you, they used to be on other channels, but they get deleted and stuff like that. But I appreciate having you guys here at this Chief Blackbear channel. And I appreciate having the Chief Blackbear channel because I'm not even allowed to have a channel in my own name. I guess maybe I can if I start one up, but they delete all my channels. But the reason it's relevant about the gold, and if you ever listen to Trump speak, there's more liquid gold under our feet than you can imagine. We got more liquid gold. I mean, there's so much liquid gold beneath America. I mean, we got more liquid gold than you can imagine. All right, Cindy, you can get back to work. It's all good. I like having your chat room now. So anyways, still talking to We Need Peace and anybody else that's listening. There was 7 of you. Now you're down to 4. I guess Cindy just logged off. A couple other people did at the same time, but there's still a few of you. Some of you might watch later. And the ones that might watch later may or may not know the story yet. And this is the Chief Blackbear story, and the Chief Blackbear story is not 100% true, but it's mostly true. And so what you got is the chief, who actually is commander-in-chief right now as we speak. And there's other wife swapping going on, and there's this rivalry going on between Trump and the chief. And they're both military. Well, Trump's not military. He went to like West Point or something like that, but he didn't actually join the military. But the chief is military, and he's like, he's commander-in-chief now. So we got this fake national debt compounding on money that they print that's backed by nothing. By the way, the Saudis no longer back the Federal Reserve dollar with their oil. That agreement expired a couple months back and they didn't renew it. So now all of the Federal Reserve dollars are not backed by anything other than the printing machines. So it's essentially just paper right now as we speak, but everybody thinks it's valuable. And so what we got coming ahead of us in the very near future, probably before the presidential election, that they can't really allow to happen. You can't allow the dark side, or whoever, you got the white hats and then you got the black hats. The black hats are essentially in control right now. And they're not, except they think they're in control. It's actually Chief Blackbear that's in control, allowing the black hats to pretend like they're in control. And well, you guys know that the Biden bot's been fake all these years, and that's just part of the show. But what we got coming up now, that the Biden bot, he's not running for president anymore, even though he's our Democrat nominee. And then, Trump, he's a convicted felon who's still going to win the election if the election were going to happen. but they can't allow the election to happen because they know Trump will win. So what can you do to stop the election from happening or kick the can down the road? Now, they still got the Dominion voting machines. Hopefully that won't get me kicked off the internet for saying that word. You still got the Smartmatic software that runs the Dominion voting machines. Yeah, Biden, he's short-circuited for sure. I told you guys I've been telling that for years that was coming. A lot of stuff I've been saying for these last years has come to pass. I mean, a lot of it has happened. And, some of it still hasn't happened yet, like the financial collapse that, kind of talking about. But don't be afraid of the financial collapse. And I know you guys aren't, because that's a good thing, because the financial system that we're under now is fake. There's nothing backing it. Now, Chief Blackbear does have the gold, and there's more liquid gold under American soil than you can imagine. But the system is not backed by gold right now. The financial system is backed by air, and the air quality is not that good. So, and we know from the Bible that Mystery Babylon will fall in one day. So, and Mystery Babylon is the essential financial system. And so, and the other thing they're doing is they're making the Bible come true. So what they do is they read the Bible, the book of Revelations in particular, and then they stack the deck to make that stuff happen. And you hear about them bugs, in the Bible, like, there's going to be bugs everywhere. Well, maybe the viruses are bugs, aren't they? Don't forget about the parasites, bugs and parasites. I mean, they're all part of the show. But you get it out of the Bible. Well, they make all kinds of shows about the Bible anyways. I mean, there's been a bunch of movies from the Bible. I don't know if there's been a movie, the Book of Revelations yet, but that's what we're living right now. And we're kind of like around Revelations 18 going up to Revelations 20. Like from Revelation 15 through Revelations 20 is about where we're at. So if you ever read those 5 chapters of Revelations, you'll kind of have an understanding what's going on with the beast system and all that. And, technology is likely a beast, by the way. All this technology is part of the beast system. And you can really, if you find out where we get the technology, I mean, who gives us the technology? I don't know how deep you guys go into where the technology comes from. But we'll take it back. Let's talk about where the technology comes from. Okay. Back in, I think it was 1946, you hear about the fallen angels falling from the sky. Well, back in 1946, the reason the fallen angels fell from the sky was because Chief Blackbear shot them down. Enoch does explain it. That's true. We need peace. It is explained in the book of Enoch. However, the book of Enoch is not in the Bible. The book of Enoch is one of those 777 books. That was the chief also brought those books back with the gold from the Vatican. The Vatican had been hiding all those books down in their tunnel system, and they only gave us 66 books in the Bible. Now, if you know anything about numerology and numbers, 66 is not a godly number. 777 is a godly number, but 66 is not a godly number. Now, whose number is 6? That's a good question, because it's kind of strange that there's 66 books in the Bible. So, another thing when you start talking about the Bible, you got to understand that it's not all there. We only get part of the story, and we get the ignorant part of the story. And like when he is saying, Enoch explains it pretty well where this technology comes from. So now, in 1946, them fallen angels, well, and another thing, there's a possibility in 2024, there's a lot of talk now about angels and demons being aliens, like extraterrestrials or interterrestrials, which are inside the planet. Extraterrestrials are from outside the planet. But, there's talk about these other species and other dimensions. So there's a pretty good probability that angels and demons might be aliens. So sticking with that on the Chief Blackbear story, back in, I believe it was 1946, when Chief Blackbear shot down the fallen angels, or the aliens, whatever, they were greys or reptilians or something. Yeah, Nephilim's down below, that's right. But they were above and they got shot down. See, they fell to Earth. They're born on Earth now, but their ancestors fell to Earth. They fell from the sky or something like that. But anyways, the reason they fell from the sky in 1946 is because Chief Blackbear shot them down. Okay, so then what you had happen was that President Eisenhower met with them and they cut a deal. And the deal was that Eisenhower would allow them to live and living in captivity with us in Area 51. Like Eisenhower allowed the fallen angels or the aliens, whatever you want to call them, that the chief shot down. Eisenhower allowed them to live if they would give us technology, which they did. That was the deal. That Eisenhower would allow them to live there at Area 51, and that's like their area where they live. And they were allowed to abduct a few people here and there to do their experiments on. And so what they would do is abduct people, and I don't really want to discuss what their experiments were on the people. But, if you ever listen to any of the alien abduction stories, which there's thousands of them, they all say the same part of their body got examined. Which, I don't want to get into talking about that part of the body. But men and women both have that same part. For some reason, the aliens would always be fascinated with that part and, do like an examination. And then in many cases, the people would be put back into their normal life after they got, after the alien abduction, people would be put back into their normal life. And then they would tell a story about how they were abducted, and everybody would say they're crazy. But that's essentially how we got this technology, like the Wi-Fi and the jets and the secret space program and all that. The way we got the technology was from the aliens that Chief Blackbear shot down. Now, the chief, he could keep the aliens in line. I mean, the chief could just beat them up. And the chief, he's part alien himself anyway. He's like part Pleiadian. But he's got more power than, say, a reptilian hybrid. The chief can beat up a full-on reptilian straight up in a fight. If you were to take the gnarliest reptilian on planet Earth and do a cage match, the gnarliest reptilian against Chief Blackbear would whoop his butt, no problem. And he can beat up pretty much about anybody. But especially the great, they're little tiny things, They used to try to escape, man, and Chief had to chase him down. What? After he shot him down, he had to jump out of the plane in a parachute and chase him down. And he caught him. Chief captured him, beat him up. That's how he caught him. Chased him down and beat him up. Well, it's all right if you're the only one making comments. We need peace. There's only a few people watching the show. And, I usually do the shows at night. And it's just a rare moment. And I'm glad to see that the camera's working pretty good. And, I'm using this old computer. We got Tammy Broadway there. How's it going, Tammy? It's good seeing you. So now We Need Peace has some company because Cindy had to bail. But it's good seeing you, Tammy. So if you missed the beginning of the show, we're talking about the gold that the chief stole from beneath Buckingham Palace in the Vatican back in, I guess it was 2017. So what I'm trying to get at with all that is the fall of Mystery Babylon is about to happen any minute. Now, I'm guessing October, but I don't know. And I don't even know if Mystery Babylon's ever going to fall. I mean, the Bible says it's going to, and so they're trying to make the Bible come true. But the Bible does say that Mystery Babylon will fall in one day. So I'm predicting that day, and my predictions aren't usually, well, actually, they are pretty accurate. I mean, I did have a lot of heads up on stuff, including right before Trump got shot in the ear. I was actually preparing my daughter for something to happen then because I knew something was getting ready to happen. I didn't know what. But then next thing you know, Trump got shot. Right after, I'm all predicting. What was it, on the 16th or something like that? I forget the day that Trump got shot in the ear. It was around the 16th of July. And, I was hearing all this chatter that something's going to happen in the next on the 16th. I think Trump got shot. It wasn't on the 16th. The chatter I was hearing was around the 16th, excuse me. Around the 15th or the 16th. I guess it was July. Something was going to go down. And then Trump got shot. And by the way, everybody knows that the shooter was a transgender, right? You guys all know that? Let me just bring something up real quick if I can. Because I've been wanting to share this because the media doesn't give the full picture. Let's see if you can still get this information on Facebook, which they probably dropped it, but we'll find out. Excuse me while I type in these keywords. Look at this. What does it say? Sorry, we didn't find any results matching this. We're going to try to dig this up. It digs up Crooks. That's his name, right? Wow. Sorry to messing around with this stupid phone. Yeah, it's going to be real hard to get the pictures of Chris Crooks all transgender looking. I'm going to keep on trying for a moment and then I'm going to give up on it. I want to show Trump, not Chris Crooks. Okay, one more time. Sorry, man. I can show you this picture. You guys get a kick out of it, but it's going to be real hard to find it. I'm sure they've already taken it totally off of Facebook to where it's no longer findable. I knew I should have downloaded it when I had the chance. But see, what you get is this picture. That's when he's in high school. Okay, that's when he's just a. That's like a few years back. But I don't have it. But it was, coming up on Facebook. I said they just put it in my face, and now they're taking it down. But that dude turned into a transgender recent. And if you ever look at the pictures when he's on the building, you can see that he's got this real long hair. And by the way, why would they allow him to be on the building like that? They don't have any pictures of Chris Crooks on Facebook anymore. You can't get the stuff. Maybe I should try Google. Try Google real quick. I'm just going to try one last time because I'm sure you guys haven't seen this. And I'm really sorry to waste time talking about little Chris Crooks. What a name. Wish I could type, but I can't. Yeah, I'm sorry to make the show suck. You guys are dropping off. Yeah, they're not going to have it even on Google. Apparently more than one Chris Crooks, but yeah, it just ain't going to come up. That was his name, right? Chris Crooks. Shouldn't be talking about him so much. Oh, well. So anyways, a lot of my trip is about, I had a transgender stalking me for a while, and now there's a big court case out of it, because the well, first of all, he tried to grab my camera phone. Well, he did. Well, he didn't grab my camera phone. He grabbed my fist up. My fist was wrapped around the camera phone, and he grabbed it. He grabbed my fist. But anyways, I got this, the transgender thing ties in because that's all a part of Mystery Babylon. So you got to understand that, sadly enough, we're living in Mystery Babylon right now. And that's what's in charge of the entire world, is Mystery Babylon. Essentially runs the entire world. And it's probably tied to the Federal Reserve at that. So, and then the transgender and the drugs and the violence and all, it's all part of it. And just the bringing down of humanity is all part of it. They think it's bringing up humanity, that that's artistic, to do drugs and to be gay and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not doing any gay bashing, by the way, but that's just like, what Mystery Babylon views as artistic is to do drugs and to be gay and to get naked and to have orgies and all that. I mean, that's just a part of, what Mystery Babylon views as beautiful art. Body art. They love it. They love it. Body mutilization. I mean, earrings in the eyebrows and the nose and the lips and genitals and all that. I mean, that's all a part of Mystery Babylon, that they view it as art, beautiful stuff. Okay. And then the money thing, well, the money is the root of all evil. Well, that's true. That's the thing with Mystery Babylon, is based on the money thing. And then they're able to get all of us hooked in by making money. We got to make that money. So that's what we got to do. So anyways, Mystery Babylon's about to fall any minute. Let's just say Mystery Babylon falls in October, which it probably will. Very likely be October. At least that's the heads up I'm getting. And if you're not prepared, as far as having rations, food and water stashed away, you need to get that way. Make sure you got plenty of food and water stashed away in case you got to hide out for a while. If you got more than one, or try to have more than one or two homes, especially if you live in the city. You may be able to get yourself a place out in the country also that you can go hide out in. There's not an appearance that the big cities are going to hold up very well when Mystery Babylon falls the next day. When everybody's real, the first down play, probably. Now, I don't know. I'm not the quarterback. I know many of the plays. I know a lot of the cards that are going to be played. I mean, there's like at least 52 cards in the deck, and they might be playing on a couple different decks. And I know a lot of the plays, but very likely the first down play is going to be the financial collapse. And then when everybody realizes that all their money is just a stack of paper and digital codes that are nothing, they're not going to handle it very well. Most of the people watching this show, don't have very much money, so you're probably not going to be affected very bad. But the people with millions and billions, all of a sudden they're going to be brought down to our level or lower. Now, the people I work for here in Santa Barbara, most of them are pretty big-time millionaires, and I'm just a peasant that washes their cars. And in 2020, and I still am on a much higher level than these millionaires that I work for here in Santa Barbara, Montecito in particular. They're on a high level. The people I work for, they're very high up. And I'm just their car washer. But when there's financial crisis or pandemics or whatever, I hold up a lot better than they do. And so, you guys watching the show, you might want to prepare for the financial collapse. But what I want you to understand is that we got to switch to an asset-based currency, an asset-backed currency. It has to happen. Right now, we have a currency that's not backed by anything. It was backed by Saudi oil in the ground, but it's no longer backed by that. It's not backed by anything. It's not even an American currency. In a way, it is because Trump put the Federal Reserve, which is not even American, inside, and the Internal Revenue. He put both of those entities under Department of Treasury control. And if you ever looked at your stimulus check, Trump signed it. But it's actually Chief Blackbear that's in control of all the money, but Trump's pretending like he is. But the chief and Trump, they got this thing going on between them. And so I'm sure you've heard of Nasar Jassara. And the thing about it is, it's a lot more than 38 trillion in gold. I don't know how much gold that the chief took, and I don't know how much liquid gold is beneath our feet right here in America, but it's a lot more than 38 trillion. Just to pick a round number, we'll say that us Americans are sitting on 100 trillion in gold, plus other assets. But let's just, for conversation's sake, say that us Americans are sitting on 100 trillion in gold that we're not using, that Chief Blackbear just has stashed away, and he's waiting to distribute it. So if you do the math, there's what, 300 million Americans and 100 trillion in gold. That would mean that if you divide it out among Americans, that each American would get a third of a trillion in gold, which would be like 333 billion. Okay, you're not going to get no 333 billion in gold, but let's just assume that there's that much gold here in America right now in 2024, thanks to Chief Blackbear. So if the Americans aren't going to get 333 billion in gold each, how much are the Americans going to get, and what's going to happen with the rest? Okay, well, the word is that each American is going to get like 800,000 or something like that. I don't know, but it's approximately every American will get something like 800,000 in gold, which will leave like the whole 99 trillion in gold left over for the rest of the world. So then what we'll be able to do is spread the wealth through Nasar Jasara around the world and bring all these other nations out of poverty and all their people. Because the truth of the matter is, the Vatican and the Brits have been hoarding away all the gold that they stole from the rest of the world, and the rest of the world's been living in poverty for centuries. So the story is that, and this is in a rebuild process. I might not even be alive when that happens, but somewhere down the road, after all of this, after the financial collapse and after the war and after all the chaos, look, a complete fall of Babylon, mystery Babylon, but it's only a one-day thing. So let's say that everything happens it's not going to happen in October only. It's going to take longer than October. And a one-day thing, that's biblical terms, which might mean 5 minutes or it might mean 5 years. I don't know. When the Bible talks in metaphors, but when it says mystery Babylon will fall in one day, that means like that. But like that in Bible talk can mean a century. But I think it's more like that. Mystery Babylon, bam, tomorrow it's gone. You got a little heart covering up your words there. We need peace. So anyways, what I'm getting at is that it's all taken care of to begin with. Now, they have a plan. Mystery Babylon has a plan for survival. And what that is to assassinate Trump. And we'll see if you can even get pictures of that the Simpsons did years ago. But the Simpsons predicted Trump to get assassinated in 2024. They might still let this go down the internet. Let's see. Simpsons, Trump, sass. By the way, what do you get with two asses in a nation? Get an assassination, right? All right. What do you know? That's what they foresee. It's got the red tie and everything. I'm trying to make it sure there's not light on it for me. Anyway, they're saying Trump gets assassinated in 2024. Now, the Simpsons are a Disney show. They've been predicting all this stuff that happens. And the thing about it is that Trump, he was in on it on their side. And these generals recruited Trump, to flip, and he did. So we hope. Now, I can dismantle the hearts. I don't know how. Let's see. Well, I don't want to get all confused. So, Trump and Kennedy, they were in on this, but they were born in on it. They couldn't help it. It's their family heritage. Their families are Illuminati families. But Trump and Kennedy broke away primarily at the President Kennedy assassination. Junior was baby. He was only like 3 or 4 back then. But he grew up. But that's essentially when this started. The start of the show is essentially the Kennedy assassination. And so the dark side plan, their plan, in order for them to win and hold on to power, is to assassinate Trump. And what we don't want to see as a white hat is Trump doing a fake assassination like McAfee or Epstein or somebody did. Trump doing a fake assassination and going off and living in comfort with all the chief's money. But that's not going to happen. But that's what we don't want to see. Trump and Elon are interviewing tomorrow. Yeah, well, there's going to be another attempt. There's going to be all kinds of attempts until they get him. So now we don't know if they're actually going to get him or not. And like I said, if they do get him, it'll be fake. It'll mean that Trump set us up. And I shouldn't be saying his name. I usually say P-Mert, but on this channel, I don't have any strikes or anything. My other channels got deleted for talking about this stuff because they don't want me, giving you guys the lowdown. However, there's not very many of you guys. Got 6 of you watching the show right now. So I doubt they're that concerned about you guys, but they are monitoring anyways, but it appears they're letting the show happen. So what we got to worry about is whether or not, Trump really did flip, or, if he's going to go with the fake assassination and, go hide out with Epstein and McAfee and those guys. But that remains to be seen. And then there's the, Junior and Princess Diana and everybody, all these folks are fake dead. So, and you guys know that, Princess Diana, that's the wife swapping thing between Chief Blackbear and Trump. And then Chief Blackbear did his time traveling with Melania back when he got here. Chief Blackbear is actually from the 1800s. Met Melania way back then. Time traveled all the way up here to basically save the day now. The day's not here yet. Chief Blackbear hasn't saved the day yet. That's in the future. And that's what we really got to count on, is for Chief Blackbear to save the day, because we don't know if we can trust Trump or not. Trump might fake die. They might do a fake assassination on Trump and say, oh, yeah, he got assassinated. Meanwhile, he goes off and hides with the rest of them. And then the dark side hangs on to power like they have now. But the other side of the coin is that Trump's with us, and he really is taking orders from Commander-in-Chief Blackbear. And, he'll be used to help rebuild after the collapse. But we are going to, the fall, I believe, now I don't know the future. I just believe that the fall of Babylon is going to happen in 2024. Just my personal prediction. I don't know. I don't even know if there is a mystery Babylon. But the way I do things, I try to analyze, where is mystery Babylon? And first of all, the battleground is within our minds. And that's what the war is for control of your mind. Who controls your mind? Who controls my mind? That's what the war is all about, is who's controlling our minds and what we think. So, first of all, Mystery Babylon is on our minds, but where else is it? Is it on the internet? Is Mystery Babylon, I mean, what is it? Is it a city? Is it a system? But I tend to think that Mystery Babylon is like the financial system and the power structure and all of that is all combined into what you might call the New World Order or something like that. I don't know. You know, they got it all wrapped up into one package with a bow on it, and they don't want to open it. They want to hang on to it. But they got like the financial system and the big business and all the real estate and all the drugs and all the, they got it all. All the weapons, all the, well, I don't even want to get into the human thing, but they got it all wrapped up. They don't want to give it up. And that's what, you know, seems to keep it going. Now, what I think, and then I'll wrap it up with this, wrap up the show. It's time to go get my daughter and go visit the horses. But what I think is that the war has pretty much already been wrapped up. And like I said, the gold's already there, you know, and just waiting. We got to come up with a new gold-backed system, which will be on our phones, not in the bank. You know, so you have your money on your phone, you know, but it'll be backed up by assets that, like I said, all the gold that the chief brought back, well, is what's going to back up your money on your phone. That's not necessarily your bank account. You just go like that, and there's your money. You just be able to put your phone up like you do now with Apple Pay, except to go up to the Starlink. Oh yeah, there goes John Doe's money. You just spent $100 on whatever. So the overall idea is financial system collapsing will be first down play. And then you got China and Russia that look to be on our side on this, believe it or not. It looks to me like the Chinese and the Russians and the Americans are working out a peace deal to where we quit trying to take over the other guy. And, you know, it looks to me like these wars, and all these wars are banker-backed wars, which is essentially the Brits and the Pope and Vatican, essentially the Brits and the Vaticans and Israel and the Jews. In between the royal family, the Pope, you know, the Vatican, and Israel, that's your three and your triad of power. And that's all going down as we speak. And then what you got is, say, the Chinese and the Russians and the Americans kind of joining forces behind the scenes without anybody knowing that we're all going for world peace. Because, believe it or not, the Russians and the Chinese, they don't like taking orders from the Brits or the Jews or the Catholics. They don't like it any more than we do. I mean, the China, those guys, they want to run their own countries, man. They don't want taking no orders from no Brits. I mean, it's hard enough for an American to take orders from the Brits. I mean, can you imagine being Putin, having some banker trying to control you? having like the Rothschilds or Rockefeller or somebody trying to control Putin or Xi. Is that how you pronounce his name? Cheesy? Cheesy? Cheesy. I like that. But anyways, so if you're new to the show, just fasten your seatbelt. Get ready to see Mystery Babylon fall in one day and then get ready for the rebuild. Now, if you look at Lahaina, it's taken a long time to do the rebuild. So hopefully it won't take that long to build the rest of us. By the way, we're supposed to lose between 13 and 15 American cities. Lahaina's one. We already lost Lahaina. And I heard that Chief Blackbear got the children out before the fire. But that's another, I'm not even going to go into that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and close down the show. So it's good having you guys. And I'm still here. If I go for a while without a show, I'll be okay. But you guys have a good day. We need peace. And Tammy and anybody else who might be watching the show later, everybody have a good day and night. And we'll see you soon. Bye.